Okay, so I'm gonna rank all the Alice in Chains albums from how I like them. Okay, so these are obviously very personal rankings. These are my feelings about these albums, and for sure, a lot of people aren't gonna agree with them. But this is how I personally rank all the Alice albums from least favorite to most favorite, and I say favorite because I love all the Alice in Chains albums. I've been a fan for like 10 years, I think. The first album I bought was Facelift, and I fucking loved it. I listened to it a lot, and then I bought Dirt like a few weeks after that, and I fucking was blown away by that. And then I found all of the other albums. At the time, there was the Dog album, and then the EPs, and Black Gives Way to Blue. And then I was so excited when The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here came out. I remember that for that release, I was like, "Oh shit, I can't wait for this album to come out!" And I fucking love that one. And I love Rainier Fog. I'm a big Alice fan. There's so few songs of their from their catalog that I don't like. I love I love all the incarnations of them. I love with Inez on the bass. I love Will, fucking great songwriter, great singer. And yeah, I miss Lane and I miss Mike Starr. But having gotten that out of the way, all right, let's rank them. Okay, least favorite to most favorite, starting from six to one. So my sixth rank is Rainier Fog, their last album that came out, and again, I love it so much. If anything, my first impression of this album, it was all right. These guys still got it. These guys can still make fucking badass rock songs that are heavy and totally in spirit with who they are. The song structures have a variety in them, and when you have a favorite artist, you want like more of the same, but you also want them to kind of challenge themselves. And I feel like they did that with Rainier Fog. I feel like we got great songs like fucking obviously the one you know, and the title track, and maybe, and a couple times they lost my interest just a few times in a few songs, but overall they proved that they can still do who they are. You know, the songs are still dark, the instrumentals are still dark. That closing track, All I Am, perfect fucking closer, great fucking song on a great fucking album, but it's my least favorite of all their albums. And I'm only ranking their studio albums, so I didn't really make a space for Sap or Jar of Flies because they just, you know, don't qualify for a full album. But nevertheless, I would rank them fucking high. My number five spot of is Facelift. Now hear me out, don't fucking kill me. It's a fucking great album. I fucking love all the songs on it. You know, I mean, it's just, if anything, it's just that they're not the Alice that we know and love today. It's their first album. It's where they started out. A lot of their characteristics are in the first album. It's just that they did it better later on. But I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, like the first what five six songs are fucking classic. Like fucking We Die Young, Man, The Box, Sea of Sorrow, Bleed the Freak, Love Hate Love, It Ain't Like That, fucking Sunshine, and what else am I missing? I mean, I love all the songs. It's classic Alice, great fucking songs, an amazing band. Like they really proved who the fuck they were in that first album. And again, I fucking love this album a lot. It's just they the only thing that holds it back for me personally is that they're not exactly where they end up. My number four rank is Black Is Way to Blue, and this was a comeback album. Had a lot to prove. You know, were they gonna sound the same? What were they gonna sound like? How the fuck is the band gonna sound without Lane? Because obviously he's such a fucking massive presence, one of the most iconic voices. It's hard to ignore that. But I mean, this was a great fucking album. The songs are fucking dynamic. They're fucking really good. Um, I mean, it's not that it's a good thing, but we didn't get so much of Will front and center, and you know, we got a lot of Jerry, you know, singing most of the leads, and I think that was for the best because I mean, he's just the one we were most familiar with. Nevertheless, I mean, it proved that Alice could still do Alice songs without Lane, and that's a fucking beautiful thing to know. Because I mean, we got fucking All Secrets Known. Fuck yeah. Check My Brain, yes please. Last of My Kind, Looking in View, and Acid Bubble, like, and then like such fucking beautiful songs like Your Decision, you know, like that's a fucking staple in the Alice catalog now. And When the Sun Rose Again, fucking beautiful acoustic song. And then the title track, man, it's so beautiful in its simplicity, you know, it's so heartfelt and it's so Alice in Chains, it's so emotive. Like, yes, this fucking album is good. So Black is Way to the Blues, my number 4 spot. Okay, so for the last 3 was where it got difficult for me. Obviously, this whole list was difficult because I do really love this band's all their entire discography. But the last 3 were fucking really hard because I kept going back and forth with, well, what the fuck belongs where, and maybe don't say this, and how do I really feel, and I feel like I can pick it. I feel like we can all pick different albums that are favorite on different days. Having said all that, this is how I feel today. This is how I feel in this point in time, having been a fan for 10 years, having listened to almost all these albums for, you know, all that time. So having said that, my number 3 favorite Alice is Dirt. Hear me out. It's not it's a masterpiece. The fucking album is a fucking masterpiece. They capitalized on everything good from Facelift, which was a lot, and they expanded on it and they fucking honed in on it and they perfected it. Okay, Dirt is a fucking masterpiece of an album, and it's a great fucking Alice album. Okay, such fucking hit songs. Them Bones, Damn That River, fucking Sick Man, Down in a Hole, Junkhead, fucking Dirt, Rain When I Die, Rooster, fucking the Lane songs, Hate to Feel, Angry Chair, fucking Wood. Like, this fucking album is the best. All right, personally, yeah, it's my third rank. But again, it's not to knock it's what I think of it. It's not to knock anything that it did. Personally, that's just where I leave it. And again, I'm gonna sing its praises forever. It is a fucking masterwork. Now my number two rank is the Dog album, the eponymous album, Alice in Chains, whatever you call it. And I say that because let me just go back. All right, I bought this album like probably 10 years ago or 9 years ago. It was one of the later records I discovered of theirs, and I listened to it a lot. And I mean, I put it so high because like the songs are fucking so good. You know, they're like, I'd say it has some of the most forgotten songs, you know, like Shame in You and Brush Away and Nothing Song. But like those fucking songs are so singable. They're good fucking songs. They're Alice in Chains songs. You know, they have the Alice in Chains atmosphere, the feel, the heart. You know, even if they're not the deepest songs, they have the sense of humor. That's for sure. They have Lane's great fucking vocals and Jerry's and their dual melodies going on. And then we got such massive fucking songs like Grind and Again and Heaven Beside You and Over Now, the closing track, which is such a fucking great closing track. As much as I kind of hate the on the nose title, it's a fucking great song. I fucking love it. Like, I put the Dog record at number 2 because like the songs are so fucking memorable. Sludge Factory, for fuck's sake, like they're so fucking Frogs, you know, like the only like and then the whole sound of the album, you know, the sound doesn't sound commercial friendly like it sounds like darker. They sound muddier, and not the recording quality, but like just the feel that I get from the songs. They just don't sound friendly. But that's what Alice in Chains not should sound like, but it complements them. You know, they are a dark band, they are a dirty band, and I think that the atmosphere of the songs, the way they sound, just complements them so perfectly. Now, my number 1 pick, my favorite Alice album isn't a surprise to most of you, knowing all their discography, but it's The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. Now, I have to definitely say some reasons for this. I was very excited when this one was gonna come out. This was the first Alice album that I was like excited for, because I was already a fan, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. So I'm just saying that might have something to do with it. But I loved it when I first bought it, and I still love it so fucking much. And I put this album as my number one because it had a lot to prove. A lot. First of all, was Black Gives Way to Blue like a just a random success? You know, like could they do it another successful album with this different era with Will? And how were they gonna sound? Were they gonna stay truthful to their sound? Where the song's gonna be as good as everything we've heard before, because they've had so many fucking great songs since before all this. And why I think this fucking album just fucking blew me away on, and I think it proves itself on its own merits. Like the songs are, they have some of the heaviest songs here, like fucking Hollow, Stone, Phantom Limb. All the songs have tinges of heavy, but I mean, those are not only just heavy songs, but those are such fucking good songs. You know, like Hollow and Stone are played so fucking much that we kind of don't care about them, but they've got great fucking riffs. They got great fucking verses and choruses, and they're so Alice in Chainsy. You know, like wow, man, like they're the new Wood and Them Bones. You know, person. Like I think so. Like, I love the title track. You know, I love how it pokes, you know, explicit fun at religion. You know, devil put dinosaurs here. Jesus don't like a queer. You know, as offensive as that is, you know, like that's Alice. That's their sense of humor, you know, and it's funny that they're still not afraid to poke fun at shit like that, but they still do it. And that song's dark too. It's just dark, singable. Every fucking song here is singable. You can hum to every fucking song they do on this album. Um, Again, as they've done before, but like they still can do that. They still can make memorable songs, and to me, all the 12 songs, I love them all so fucking much. And again, the songs vary in structure. You know, they're all very different from each other in this album. You know, we get Scalpel and Voices, like the beautiful acoustic songs, which are hard to match. I mean, like they've done so many acoustic electric fusions in their entire career, and to do songs that are just as good as the shit they've done on Sap and Jar of Flies, like that's fucking how do you not applaud that? You know, that's kudos to this album. You know, like fucking Low Ceiling and Lab Monkey, you know, like fucking great, again, just great fucking choruses, great fucking melodies. They're dark, great guitar work. The band's on fire in this whole fucking album. You know, there isn't a boring drum pattern. There isn't boring guitar work or any of that shit. Like, um, even like I think Pretty Done is like the most standard song on this album, but like I love it so much too. Like it may be a standard song, whatever the fuck that is, but it's like it's full on Alice in Chains, you know, and it succeeds in that way. And this album has Breath on a Window. I love so much. Like it changes like to the halfway point. You know, it starts out like a heavy rocker, and then it goes into that like droning I'd let you go, but you're always in the way. And besides, personally, those lyrics are like when you know when you've let go of relationships, like that's the shit that like that like you want to sing. So maybe that has a lot to do with it too. You know, that grieving process. You know, there's two Will fronted songs, Phantom Limb and Hung on a Hook, and they're fucking great. They're fucking heavy, and they're different from each other. And again, kudos to having such a different voice front and center and being so fucking good. You know. And lastly, the Choke, the closing track on this album, is my favorite of all their closing tracks, and they've had nothing but fucking stellar closing tracks on all their albums. But this one gets the cake for me because it's a very simple song, simple structure, beautiful fucking melodies, simple guitar solo, but it's so fucking impactful personally to me. I mean to a lot of us, but I love that it's an emotional song, but it's also called Choke, as in like just choke. Go then if you don't feel right. Living in our home, you know, like that's not even just about breakups. That's about, you know, being like letting go someone because of pride, and that's just like such a real fucked up feeling that I feel we can all relate to, having either been on the receiving end or the giving end. So again, I feel like Devil Put Dinosaurs here is my personal favorite because it's as dark as anything they've ever done lyrically and sonically, and as emotional as anything they've ever done. Their musicality and the whole thing is on fire, you know. So those are my ranks. Put comment what are your ranks if you fucking hate me now for the rest of your life. And yeah, that's how I rank the Alice albums. So see ya.